It's always so slow on here.
Jaina versus Thrall. For Doomhammer. You asked for it.
Here we're going to keep the juggler, of course. We'll mulligan these things. It's sometimes you want to keep expensive cards, but generally not. I almost always just mulligan anything that's over anything that costs more than 3 mana, unless I have a good reason not to. So the mulligan decisions can be pretty easy, but you also will not always keep anything that's under 3 mana. There it goes. The opponent's got the coin, but they have an egg. So if they're coining this out, it's likely that they have something that is going to pump it next turn, which is probably it's probably the wolf. Yeah, they've probably got a direwolf alpha. So maybe the thing to consider here is actually we might want to play the Worgen Infiltrator because this has stealth. So whatever he pumps this with is not going to be able to attack into our Worgen. He might have Rockbiter Weapon. If he has Rockbiter Weapon on turn 2, he gets to kill this and get a 4/4, and then we don't really have anything that we want to do against a 4/4. I'm actually going to go ahead and play this out here because it doesn't give him something to attack. And if he has Direwolf Alpha, it gives us a good attack on that. So he probably can't. If he was hoping to play a turn 2 Direwolf Alpha, he can't do that here. And we'll see what's going on. It's also if he had a Rockbiter weapon and nothing else, then he would have not had a play. So it's interesting that he also just played a 1-drop there. We're going to keep this stealth for right now. And how slow do we want to go here? Because we could play this, but again, it gives him an opportunity to attack with this thing if it is a Rockbiter weapon. Or we could just power and pass. If we play this, we might not even hit his Leper Gnome, and it doesn't give us a chance to kill it if we end up missing with the Flame Juggler. So we'll go pretty slow here actually, and we're gonna power this thing. This is interesting that our opponent had this opening because it means we're playing a lot differently here too. Oh, well, that's something, I guess. Well played. Did it go? Didn't go. There it goes. Well, that's pretty bad. We'll see what this guy does for us. That was wrong. And none of these things are good. These are all pretty bad for us. We don't have a lot that has synergy with Hobgoblin. He's not likely to have cards in hand, so I guess I don't like having Counterspell either. Counterspell is not very good, but maybe this will do something for us. Unfortunately, if he does have a Rockbiter weapon, we're going to get hit with, our creature's going to get hit with that now, so it won't stop that. But he might have a Lightning Storm or something at some point. Yeah, there's the Rockbiter. We've got 2 creatures out. He did not kill our 1/1. He went face instead, so he's going for the aggro plan. But we've got 2 creatures in this, so we can actually kill 1 Nerubian. 3 creatures will die, so we could play Volcanic Drake as a 3 mana 6/4, which I think is what we are going to want to do here. This will probably get a trade from his other Nerubian, and now we just need to find a answer to Dragon Hawk Rider, which shouldn't be too much trouble. Although this guy will hit us for 6 this turn. He might go face with this even. If he does, that's okay, I think, because I'll just hit his rider with the dragon and keep the 6-1. So he did make the trade there. He didn't want to be that aggressive. And our power does not do a lot for us. Our secrets don't do a lot for us. And all our things are going to die to this. I guess we could... No, the power doesn't do a whole lot, so we probably just want to play the Pit Fighter. And then next turn we can play a 3 and a 4. Yep.
You're in trouble now.
If the power mattered there, like shooting him as his face with the power doesn't matter because we've got Rich Refreshment Vendor, and putting him at 29 wouldn't, even if we didn't have this, it wouldn't be relevant to the game. And hitting his creatures doesn't make any sense because he's got this thing, so we didn't need to use this. So it's better to just play this because any of our other plays we would be wasting mana, except for the, and we couldn't really play the 2 secrets that turn because then we would just die. So we're at 12. He's got 9 power on the board, and we need to make this attack. So we'll do that. And I think we want this just to give us a little extra life here. So now our question is, do we want the creature to have some additional board presence, or do we maybe actually just want the counterspell here as insurance? So I think we will play one of the secrets. We can have Mirror Entity or counterspell, and since we just don't want to die to some stupid spell, so we'll play this out, and maybe we'll get something good with it. If he has like something big that he wants to do, like a blood, I think it's called Bloodlust, is like a +3 power to all your creatures. So if he has that, then this will be good because he may be expecting to win with some big finisher card, and we can counter it. So he's testing for Vaporize there by attacking first with this. And he's likely going to want to test for Mirror Entity next, so he'll try to play a bad creature.
Mind if I roll need?
So he says it's not Mirror Entity. He will probably expect it to be Duplicate after this. And we get to counter that. Excellent. Let's see. If we play this as a 5, power for 1, we can get 3 mana after that, so we can play one of these 3s. That's probably our best play because it lets us. It gives us a way to remove Loot Hoarder. So which one of these do we want to put the damage on? I think we want to have the damage on our... I think we want to have the damage on our Refreshment Vendor. And we could actually... He played his bad creature, so we could actually Mirror Entity here. And maybe get something good, because he might think like this is another counter spell or something, since we didn't play it before. He'll probably still test for Mirror Entity. It would be wise to do that, but we may get lucky and he'll just think it's the same secret or something. Like another copy of the same secret. Although now we may actually just die to some burn. We are pretty far behind on the damage here, but if he plays like a taunt or something, that would be nice. This is kind of unfortunate that we didn't get close to stabilizing until this point, but having to attack the taunt totems instead of being able to remove like his 3/3s was a pretty big deal. The opponent is thinking about what to do. They probably are expecting Mirror Entity, so they don't want to play a good creature. And if they don't have anything but good creatures in hand, they may skip playing any of those at all.
You're in trouble now. You're in trouble now.
So here we're going to need to use one of our pit fighters on his. Or I guess we could... no, we'll want to make a trade here. I guess we'd use our pit fighter to kill this, but we'd have to send Vendor and Maiden into his pit fighter. And then this dies to 1 damage, but maybe that's okay. So we'll send this here, this here, this here. And let's play Elise, so that way we can get close to having that golden monkey. And we've got a lot of power on the board, so if we can survive here, we should be able to end the game fairly quickly. We've got 18 power in play right now to 0. But unfortunately, in this kind of position, a lot of the time you just die to like burn. So you might just have a lava shock or spike or whatever it is, the 5 damage spell. This we will kill with one of our pit fighters. And we can actually freeze our opponent to keep a weapon from being a... Oh, we can't. So he probably has weapons in his deck if he was saving the owl for something like this. Well, that's not a golden monkey. How disappointing. I will kill you. We'll kill you. We will hit your face. Hit your totem and your totem. Play a Jormungar. Is it a Jormungar? Whatever it is, this is the beast for us right now. So we got 21 damage. That's a good sign. I mean, he hasn't played anything that just kills us from here, so it's a very good sign. No, we don't have 21 damage. I was going to say if we top deck the torch, we could actually kill him this turn, but now we are a little bit shy of that. Oh, and there's the torch. Cruel, cruel fate. We've got 16 power out. So this guy, actually, we're just going to torch this thing. Or maybe we save the torch. But we want to... No, we want to use this here because we need to keep our creatures to continue putting pressure on him. And we'll get this one because it survives a sweeper. So this way, if he has like something that kills off our board, we get to keep the 2-1, and it's probably not going to matter that much if he does have a sweeper, but it gives us something that we can hit with the turn after this. There's a Jeweled Scarab. Oh, will he draw Burn? Does that do 5 to us? Whew. I think this is going pretty well. Let's see, we've got 3, we've got a 3, and then we can do... Oh, he has another taunt. We're 1 damage short. We need to draw a 1 damage spell, and now we've got that to deal with too. So, we can play this. Let's get something here. Huge Toad is not 1 damage, so we need to kill this giant. So we're going to go 5, 3, 2, 5, 3. Kill this thing, and we will, yeah, we'll play the Toad. It's got air power. It's also good to not fill up our board with this, because if we have the Imp Master in play, then we'd actually have 7 creatures out, and we won't be able to play another creature if we draw it, and we need to. I don't remember exactly what's in our deck. I don't think we have any charge creatures, but if there's something we like need to play out next turn and we have a full board, we won't be able to do it. So we do have it looks like lethal here. So um, if our opponent can't do anything, this is probably the last chance to make that happen. And it looks like we've got this one. So very nice. I think there were probably times there that better plays could have been made. I don't know. We're currently 3-1.
Jaina versus Jaina.
You asked for it. Oh, it is on.
It is on. Um. So we get no coin here, unfortunately. We're gonna have to mull the Yeti, which sometimes you want to keep something like this, but I don't know if we want to keep either one of these around. So this is good if the opponent has a fast start because it lets us catch up. This is good if the opponent has a slow start because we can play it out and we can start building up imps and start building some board advantage that way. But if the opponent has a slow start, we probably shouldn't worry too much. So we'll mulligan the Imp Master. We'll keep the torch just in case. It's our panic button thing, and hopefully we'll get a flame juggler. There's a flame juggler. Excellent. And we have no turn ones. This guy's fine too. Well, maybe if we need to do the playing this turn three, we'll actually do that this time instead of skipping it. And here is juggler. It doesn't really matter what he hits here. This is nice because now it incentivizes our opponent to trade these two if he has something that lets him do that. But because he doesn't want to get attacked by flame juggler. This is pretty good for us because we can finish this thing off. And we can actually heal the flame juggler back full health so that his Razorfin Hunter doesn't finish either one of these alone. So he'll probably want to send both of these into our 3-3. He'll let us keep the 2-3 around. Although he'll have a... Oh, or he can do that. So he'll probably send both into this and keep a 2-1. And we will power and play our 3-3. Or we just play a 4-drop, but we don't have one. So if we had a Yeti or something, like if we had a Yeti, there's a good argument for just playing that and ignoring his 2-1, and we take the 2 damage on ours. If he wants to send it in, we take the 2 damage on our creature.
Well met.
This will almost certainly be powering. Actually, I guess we could just burn it with the torch. That's not bad. If we power it, we can upgrade our 2-3 into this thing. If we torch it, we could power his face and keep a 2-3. So, would we rather have this in hand or on the board? I guess by playing this out, we get to save the torch as well, which is pretty important. But would we rather be able to develop our board more later with this thing? I think we just want to keep the torch. So, I just school them. Shoot this, hit this. I think this is going okay. Our opponent hasn't really had great plays. So they are going to just run around whatever they are. It's this guy, which is kind of annoying because we can't finish it with the power. And we don't want to fireball it, but we could torch it and power. Or we could send this guy in. We can't really make any good plays that involve the pit fighter. And we don't want to put this out without killing this thing. So we'll torch. This will be a good turn 8. So next turn is probably going to be Pit Fighter and Fire Blast. It is somewhat unfortunate that we only have, like, it's this late in the game and we only have a 2-3 developed, but they have nothing, so it could be a lot worse. And that's not really something we need to worry about, because we could just, we're okay just trading that off, I think. We could even, now we don't want the Pit Fighter as much, though. I guess we could be okay trading a Pit Fighter for this. That would be giving him a really good trade, but it is just our 5-drop for his 6-drop. And it clears the way for Kodo Rider if he doesn't have another play. Other options, there's really not any other options because we don't have anything that costs 3 mana. So yeah, it is a shame we don't have a way to put 1 extra damage on this while making a play. But I guess we'll just put the Pit Fighter out. We'll let him. He'll just make the trade, but we'll put the damage on this anyway, just in case. If for some reason the opponent chooses not to trade with the Pit Fighter, then we get a lot out of it because we get to power and we get to hit with our 2-3. So this also kind of forces him to make that play, and we're not giving up very much by using the power on the creature instead of the face, because it's like when we win, it's probably not gonna be by 1 point. So yeah, so using the power on the creature there, like the damage on the creature probably doesn't matter, but it does restrict our opponent's options, and if they don't take the play that we're like expecting them to make, it sets us up for a really very good turn next turn. Opponent probably doesn't have a whole lot going on here since they're taking so long to decide. They really need to make the trade with the Pit Fighter if they want to continue in this game, though. It looks like they just left. Okay, well that's fine. We're still not just going to go face with these. We're still going to try to make smart plays. Oh, well, there we go. Okay. Well played. So this isn't bad. This is we're at 4-1 right now. Let's keep going. I haven't played Arena in a while. I forgot how much I enjoyed doing this. But it's so much more fun than Constructed, I think, just because you don't always know what to expect from the other decks, and you do know what to expect so much of the time in Constructed. Oh, I thought it was going to be harder, but it's a worthy opponent.
Jaina versus Garrosh. Victory or death.
You
asked for it.
something good? We don't want these big cards. We don't really want this, but I'm going to keep it in case we need the burn. And okay, well, flame cannon's fine if our opponent has some fast play that we can't deal with. The flame cannon is pretty much gonna. Oh yes, perfect. Yeah, this is gonna go well. I think flame cannon should remove anything that's too much of a problem. Oh, this is wonderful. We can even actually just flame cannon here if we want to. Or we could play the Toad. We could keep this guy in stealth. We could keep this guy stealthed and play the Toad. He probably would take the trade for it. I think this is actually worth the flame cannon, though, and we can just start hitting. And now he gets to use a War Axe charge on this, which is fine. Our refreshment vendor is a little less good here since it would only heal him, so we would not want to coin that out. Actually, maybe we would want to coin it out, but I don't think so. I think we want to like take some damage first, or at least not use up the coin there. Although it is our only card that we can play that survives this. I guess the Imp Master survives. This would leave us with a 1/4 and a 1/1, and he acts as the 1/4, and then we end up paying 3 mana for just 2 imps, which I don't think is what we really want to do in facing this thing. Other options are like we could just play the charge creature. We could like coin and play the charge in the toad, and he acts as the toad. I think we want to try to save the coin, so maybe it is just best to play the Imp Master. It does soak up his other charge from this, so we'll do that. So it's kind of a weak play, but maybe he won't want. I think he'll want to use the charge here. I would definitely hit one of these with the axe. That's. Oh, hey, he saved it. Cool. And we've got combos. We get to reload our imp machine here. We are gonna want to use a 1, and a 2, and a 1. Alright, well that was better than expected. Now he may use the axe here. Now that he can actually kill it. He might have just been saving the charge for this game. Oh, that guy's pretty good. Nice, well our Imp Master survives. No, it doesn't. Okay. Well, we got the other half of his axe, and let's see. We're probably gonna Toad, and we just Toad and Power. We could also, actually no. Let's just get this guy. This is pretty good because he doesn't have anything showing to pop the shield with, so he likely will not want to attack here, and that means if he doesn't make an attack, if he doesn't pop the shield with something, then we could. Well, if that wasn't in play, we could hit this basically for free. This is actually less good for us. I don't think we attack either. We probably are just putting a damage on this thing, and this may be the point where we want the refreshment vendor. Okay, we'll do that. Oh, actually, no, let's get the huge tree. Okay. I don't want to use up the shield hitting this, because then it lets him just make this trade. This means it stops him from making an attack with this after that. Battle Rage. Okay, that's fine. He's just drawing 2, which is a good rate. 2 mana to draw 2 cards is fine. But this gives us, this gives us like it stops his attack from this thing, and we still got a trade out of those. So I think this is going okay. And now we get to, can we kill 4 creatures this turn? We can send this in here, so 1 creature dies, and this can go into here. We can send this here and this in here. So we can kill 2 or 3 creatures this turn. So we kill 2, this guy costs 4, and then we can heal. And we'll have 3 damage marked on this, so that is definitely going to be our plan. I'd say this is going pretty well. It doesn't really matter what he sends the Trog into here. And next turn we've got Kodo Rider that can power and get rid of his taunt. Oh, he didn't. He just sent it into us. Okay. We're actually going to use a creature to remove this thing. And we'll probably send Volcanic Drake into... Or no, we'll send Volcanic Drake into this. So we're going to power here. We're going to use a creature on this. And we'll use 2 creatures on this. So...
What to do?
I do want Kodo Rider. I want to get moving. Go here. Go. Yeah, this really doesn't matter much. We got about 1,000,000 3/5s in play right now, and he has nothing showing on board, so we should get another 3/5 next turn. So next turn we're gonna power and play a Jormungar, Jormungar, whatever it is. It's gonna be a lot of toughness for us. Yeah, we don't care about that guy. Although it is a little bit annoying that we need to use 2 creatures to kill it. Oh, that's fine. Oh, no, we don't need to use 2 creatures. We're powering. Okay. So we'll go pew. And pew. We actually could Frostbolt this thing. Yeah, we could do that because we could play this too. So we'll use the Frostbolt in order to save toughness on our Kodo Rider. We got 2 mana. We don't actually duplicate. Is this something we want to do? Our creatures are all pretty good except for the War Kodos. We don't want to duplicate those. But do we really care about just some burn? I wouldn't. You know, yeah, we're gonna take the duplicate to maybe get card advantage here. I think we've got this game locked up pretty well since we're likely to get a 3rd War Kodo. But this will give us some cards back in hand just in case we need them. I think it would have been decent to take a burn spell there, but I think this is a little safer because it lets us stock up for the late game. And here we could send this, but it would be nice to duplicate this guy. We want to use 2 Kodos on this? I think we do. He'll get him. So this is going very well because we've so far inspired 3 times with the Kodo Rider out, and we've got like obviously an insane board here. So I think it would be very difficult to lose from this point, but it's still, I think, important to have, like, if you're in a point like this, you don't want to play for like just to win faster. You want to once you have your board established, you want to be careful to play in a way that's not going to lose you the game in case things start turning around. So you want to, rather than just winning fast, you want to keep yourself from getting killed. He's at 14, so we're going to need to remove his creature. We'll just use this for it since we do have some spells. We get to start inspiring some more. Yeah, we are really moving now. I think you're done, warrior. I think you are finished. Oh, there's a Kraken. That guy's sweet. Well played, warrior. Well played, Kraken. Okay, that's fine. The Kraken is a nice card. That's that could be a really big swing. It's like sometimes just when you think you've like stabilized, they go Kraken, and then you die. So that is 6 rounds so far. We're at 5-1, and I'm gonna pause this and then record the rest of these pretty quick here.